Hello everyone and welcome back to Cattails, and the catnip has grown. Oh my goodness. I do want to apologize for how loud I screeched in the last episode. I didn't know it was gonna be that loud in the video. I'm sorry, I hope I didn't break anybody's eardrums. I was just really excited, and I know you guys were too, because holy cow, man, you guys have blown me away with how much response you've given to the last episode. It has been less than a full day at the time I'm recording this, and you guys have you've just about matched what we see with the other videos in over a full day. It's been crazy, you guys. Okay, Scout is up here. We're gonna bring her some rabbits, and rabbits for the kittens, of course. Although we'll basically say we're giving them to Scout. And I still can't believe we have kittens, you guys! I still can't believe we have kittens, and they are so stinking cute. Oh my goodness. I cannot wait to spend more time with these guys. So let's chat with Scout this fine morning. I love you, Dusty. Do you want my extra field mouse? I don't need it. Here, it's yours now. Oh, thank you, Scout. Do we have... Okay, we don't have any field mice, so we can just keep it in our inventory for now. Let's check on the kittens. This little kitten is snoring away. We may have already done this today. I don't think we actually have, though. It almost seems that your kitten sings as they slumber. Oh, maybe we haven't seen these messages. Your kitten sleeps partially covered by an assortment of grasses. And you could have sworn you heard a mew from your kitten, but now it is calmly sleeping. So that's right, Overcast seems to be the more talkative, possibly adventurous one. Autumn is a little more shy. Storm seems to have perhaps a musical gift. And Firefly, we don't really know much about him yet. He kind of hasn't revealed his personality all that much. He's been pretty calm, it seems, so we don't know that much about him. We'll have to go ahead and see, but for now, I think we're going to head out into the town. We're going to sell off our catnip and set out into the world, and I don't even know what we're really going to do today. We're going to just kind of roam around. How's my bestest friend doing today? What can I do for you, Dusty? Let's talk. On days like this, I like to look up at the clouds and try to figure out what they look like. Hey, that one looks just like you, Dusty. Aw, thank you, Ember. That's kind of cool. Let's go ahead and we are going to sell off some catnip here because that gives us quite a bit, and that's pretty good. There we go, and we'll probably head out, and I don't really know if we'll do any hunting or how exactly this is gonna work, but we shall see. We'll kind of just explore around. We'll try not to walk into trees there, and maybe we'll kind of just do a little bit of exploring, because I think Dusty would want to stick more to the calmer activities, as we've seen him doing already. I don't think he'd want to be out and fighting a lot unless he has to, because after all, he has a family to take care of now. He doesn't want to be out there risking getting killed in battle, and I don't think much of the rest of the colony would expect him to be out there fighting and risking his life anyway. Now, certainly he would put his life on the line to protect his family, but if they're not in immediate danger, then it's probably better to not risk it. I don't think he would want to take that chance of being taken away from them. One of the biggest questions I've seen too in regards to the kittens is, are we going to follow one of them for a side series after? That's still very TBD. It really depends on what happens with Cattails and how it updates, and it depends on this series as well as our other ones. So right now we're still following Dusty's story. He's still pretty much in his prime. He's not really even a middle-aged cat. And I think some of you guys have been saying, was it this lake, that if we swim to the middle of it there's a surprise? We'll try and do that. Is there anything here? It might be. Is it this lake? We have to hit the exact middle? I think that was the exact middle. I don't know. If we swim all the way through it, does anything happen? I don't see anything there. I'm scared of Toad. Is there another lake you guys could be talking about? I don't think there's other lakes. Yeah, I don't really think there's other... Maybe the Highland Lake, I don't know. Or there's the lake, the Canyon Ruins. Oh no, that's where we found the totem though. That's what that area is. So I don't really know. I don't think there was anything there at that point. at least. But a lot of you guys have been asking about that, and that really does depend on how this season ends up, how Cattails grows and develops. And right now, Dusty still isn't in his prime. He's really not getting to be that old yet. He's probably comparable to a human in their 30s to 40s at most. He's really not all that old, and so I don't think we're going to be seeing him retiring anytime soon. He certainly, I mean, wildcats will live shorter lifespans, but I don't think we're going to really see him stepping down or succumbing to age at any time in the near future. Now, who knows what could happen at some point if his story continues. Maybe it will just reach a time when we decide, hey, this is naturally, seems like a good place to leave off his story. And I think Dusty would definitely make sure he brings a mouse to Sarge. Sarge is his father-in-law, Scout's father. So let's make sure we give him that gift there, and let's chat as well. Dusty, I'm so glad you stopped by to see me. Shall we spend time together? Hey Dusty, I got this white firefly for you. Hope you like it. Oh, Dusty sure does love fireflies. Boy, howdy does he ever love fireflies, and he puts them all around the town. And I think Sarge must be noticing that, because he sure has decorated most of the town here, and it does seem like Sarge has taken notice and wants to help out with that. Let's scoot it just a little ways up. I don't think we really have another one. And some of you guys have been like, why do you have a pet firefly when you're decorating the town with the dead ones? Well, the thing is, Dusty doesn't really mean to kill the fireflies. He just gets a little overexcited when he's playing with them, and sometimes doesn't recognize the frailty of their existence. It's not so much his hunter instincts kicking in as it is just, oh, new friend, oh. And so he doesn't really set out to kill them. He just gets a little too excited sometimes, and a little too happy by these floating light bugs. And sometimes it does end a bit unfortunately for the fireflies. So that's why the town is decorated with fireflies, while we also have a pet firefly following him. I feel like he's quite happy that he did successfully manage to capture and befriend one that didn't end in disaster like the rest. But most of his attempts are not quite that successful. So, with that said, Dusty's story will come to an end when we feel that it's reached its logical conclusion. Maybe that will be after he has his kittens here, and maybe that won't be. Maybe it'll be sometime in the future. You never know. It's just gonna depend on how the story pans out, and we can't really predict that at this point in time. So, we'll have to see how things turn out, but for now, his story isn't gonna be ending anytime soon, from what I can tell. We'll go ahead and put this mouse in here. Our gifts from Scout is definitely filling up. She has given us a lot of gifts. Wow. Let's make sure. We'll maybe put the banded darter someplace as well. We kind of have some collection rooms now too. We have a lot of butterflies in this one. We can maybe drop some in here. I feel like the kittens would want to play with some things perhaps. And I feel also like Scout is probably constantly shooing him away from the kittens, because he wants to stand there and admire them, and she's just like, no, you'll wake them up. They're still sleeping. I know you love them, but they're still sleeping, and you need to let them sleep. Kind of the whole new baby thing. You don't wake the baby kind of thing. I feel like Dusty isn't necessarily the most observant in that regard. I don't really know. He strikes me as a little bit too excitable for his own good sometimes. So let's check in with them this morning. As your kitten sleeps, you see them recklessly tossing and turning. Oh, your kitten sleeps without a sound. And Storm, your kitten sleeps soundly. And your kitten meows quietly as they sleep. Aww. So Overcast is definitely the dominant personality. I can tell that much. We're going to keep bringing some of these to Scout and some of these rabbits, and we'll visit with her as well. And here we go. I love you, Dusty. I'm glad you still put up with my antics. You must really love me. Aww. And that's great, because I really love you too. Aww. To be perfectly honest, I feel like Dusty has more interesting... he has more... Maybe not interesting, but maybe... He's definitely... Scout is a little bit more calmer, maybe. Dusty is quite the hyperactive one in many ways. But yeah, I always feel like he'll come and be standing over the kittens, and she'll just be like, Dusty, you're gonna wake them up. Go, I know you love them, but you gotta leave them alone to sleep for now. I just feel like that describes their dynamic in a lot of ways. Is he's just too excitable for his own good sometimes, and just gets a little bit too exuberant. And it seems like Overcast may have inherited some of that exuberance, and possibly Firefly as well. Whereas Autumn seems almost shy even, and Storm seems a little bit calmer, maybe more like her mother. So we have, the game doesn't actually distinguish genders, but from the story canon we have here, Firefly is the only male, the other three are girls, and so Dusty's gonna have his hands full with all of them, it seems like, I feel like, honestly, I don't want to dwell too much on any one cat, because they all have their own unique personalities, and that makes them special in their own ways. But it seems like sometimes the personalities that are stronger sometimes are better suited for this sort of thing. They tend to have more. Sometimes they generate more interest in this. The personalities that are less middle of the road. So Overcast is definitely a very strong personality type, and so that can make it a little bit more interesting than like a very middle of the road cat who didn't really lean strongly in another way. Or Autumn's personality of her being a lot shyer, that would lead her to have much stronger reactions. That's just kind of a storytelling aspect, so I'm going to try not to dwell too much on any of the kittens, but as their personalities emerge and change, and I'm kind of just wandering here and exploring around, but as their personalities develop and change and we start to see more of who they are, then that's going to kind of dictate which ones we may end up spending a little more time with. There is a totem here. I wonder which one this is. We gotta mark this spot. It's right above the mining area. Maybe is it this lake you guys were talking about? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. You guys have been reminding me a lot of the lake. Well, and you guys have said, too, let's go down to the beach, that there's the rock by the beach is, I think, what you guys were saying it was over there. They've been telling me about a rock, too, that has a paw print on it that might give us power paw. Oh, no, we have stumbled into a battle, and it looks like a rather bad one. So I feel like Dusty still would hop in and try and defend his colony, but I don't think he's going to go out of the way to fight. Still, though, I don't think he would hesitate if it does come to battle. Yeah, but yeah, so like I was saying, I'm going to try to give each kitten equal attention, but that may not end up being the case as time goes on, and as some maybe just lend themselves a little bit more to having a story follow them. So don't worry. I'm not trying to play favorites, and I don't really have a favorite. It's like with kids, you really can't, you shouldn't at least pick a favorite, but some of them just naturally are going to have a little bit more interest to their stories than others, perhaps. And those may be the ones that we come to focus on. So let's see what we gotta eat. And we'll eat some of these berries. Cats don't really eat berries, or at least they can't survive off of them. They're what's known as obligate carnivores, which means that they really should have a meat-only diet. Don't try to feed your cats a vegan diet, please. It's not good for them, and it's going to make them sick. So, yeah, but we want, yeah, with cats, they normally do eat mostly meat. That's not to say some of them might not try and snack on things that are non-meat. I've certainly heard of cats that have, but it's really not very good for them. So I don't think Dusty eating berries would be a very good diet, but I don't think it's necessarily a horrible thing if he probably has them from time to time. It's going to depend a lot on the cat, so you really just want to be careful with your cat and what they eat. If you know something has caused them to react, don't let them eat it. But some cats seem to have, and same with dogs, will seem to have more of a cast iron stomach, whereas others may be very sensitive, and even the slightest disturbance could cause them to get sick. So it kind of just depends. I feel like Dusty may be the type... Oh, there it is! Okay, I feel like Dusty might be the type... Oh, it's a power paw! It is a power paw! You guys are right! So our maximum health has increased again. But I feel like Dusty is the sort who, especially when he was young, would kind of just consume whatever he could. He would kind of just try to figure out what's this, gulp. And he maybe developed a bit of a tolerance from that, but as a general rule, it's not good for cats to eat non-meat. Now, then again, this game doesn't really claim to be realistic. After all, cats don't really have shops. This really, I guess the term would be anthropomorphizes them a little bit, and that's perfectly okay for storytelling, but it's just important to remember that that's not really a reflection of reality. Real cats don't quite have this level of thought process. So let's see, rushing rocks. I think we have to go up past that to get back to camp, and we should be good to swim through here. We still get pulled by the current just a little bit, but it's really not all that bad. Okay, Forest Central. I think camp is back this way. We're gonna go ahead and sleep through the night, and I think you guys have been telling me it takes about a season for the kittens to grow up, so it'll probably be about a season before we can start doing more things with them, but I think at some point here, there's a lot more you can do with them. I think you can actually raise them. I don't know if you can raise them all to adulthood, but I think you can train them and teach them and such. So we'll go ahead and go to sleep, and we'll see what the morning brings. Here we go. We'll go ahead and visit with them and visit with Scout. Sounds like it's raining. And here we go. We'll visit with them. Here is Overcast. Your kitten is sleeping. It's plain to see that a dream is stirring in their mind. Aww. In Autumn, your kitten sleeps without a sound. Storm, your kitten is purring contentedly. Oh. And Firefly, your kitten purrs peacefully in their sleep. Oh. So it does seem like Firefly and Storm are a little bit calmer, whereas Overcast is very rambunctious and Autumn is more shy. Oops, I didn't read that. I know it makes your fur all damp, but I think rain gets a bad rap. It ain't all bad. I think it's kind of refreshing, and on top of that, it's always a little noisy when the drops hit the tree leaves, so it makes it easier to sneak around. That it does. Always thinking tactfully. That's Scout for you. We'll go ahead and we'll give her a rabbit. And I think we're going to sell some of this stuff off because our inventory has gotten quite full. I'm going to stick some of the black hairs in our food one, though. I think the food one is this one. It is. Good. I'm learning. It's sometimes hard for me to keep everything straight in here, and you guys seem to be a lot better at that than me. So here we are, 7:15. I don't think Ember is up yet. Maybe or is it 7:30? Ember, are you awake? No. Nope, Ember's not awake. We'll go ahead this way. Maybe we'll just spend the day visiting around. And let's grab these herbs, and then we'll head back to camp here. And just visit with everyone and see... Okay, oh, it is the Valerian. What am I doing? I'm just walking right past it. I'm used to walking past Valerian, though, because we don't really use it that frequently. Let's see. Here's Ember. We want to chat and sell some stuff off to you. How's my bestest friend doing today? What can I do for you, Dusty? Hey, Dusty, what's the worst kind of cat? Oh, I think you've told this one before. A catastrophe, of course. I just came up with that one and how to try it out on you. Is it any good? It's a pretty good joke. You've told it a couple of times, but, oh wait, here we have to actually, visit the shop here to sell. There we go. I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing, yay. So let's see here. I'm not going to sell the rabbit, but we will sell a lot of this golden seal and some of this marigold. I'm not going to keep too many healing herbs on me right now because I don't think we're going to need all of them, but we will sell a lot of this stuff off. And the reason we're hoarding coins is because we never know when something new is going to come out that we might want. And the full release of Cattails is coming up. It comes out in December. And so with that in mind, we never know what might be released with that full update. So let's go ahead and we'll chat with Mayor. Great to see you, Dusty. You always lift my spirits. I got you this toad as a present. What do you think? Have a great day, Dusty. Oh, thank you, Mayor. We will keep this for a snack later on. And let's chat with Doc. Let's talk. Try to stay dry as best you can today. When the cold rain gets into your skin, it can cause all sorts of respiratory problems. That is a good tip. We gotta be careful. If you have to go out, stay under the trees whenever possible. I don't think there's any sort of illness system right now, but it's still a good thing to keep in mind. Dusty, what's up? Want to hang out today? Hey, Dusty, do you want my Valerian? Don't answer that. It's yours now. Aw, thank you, Missy. We'll hang on to this for later as well. Let's chat with Sarge. Dusty, I'm so glad you stopped by to see me. Shall we spend time together? Ugh, I hate rain. It soaks my fur and makes me so cold. Stay dry if you can. We will do our best. It's interesting how Sarge and Scout have different perspectives on the rain. Scout seems to like it, but Sarge is much less than impressed, and Lyris really isn't up. Some of you guys were saying we didn't get to talk to him, and that may be true. I think he tends to stay in his den a little later, so we may not have gotten back to talk to him the last time when the kittens were first born. So, that's a little unfortunate, yes. And I think, did we end up... What was down here? We'll head down this way and explore. Is there anything in this log? I think there might have been a power paw in there at one point, but, or maybe it was the other one, but there's not any more. So let's come down this way. And we'll kind of just explore the area and see what's around. We'll finish up the day before we wrap up the episode here. So let's gather up some of this marigold. And we'll wander down this way. The overstones. What exactly does overstones mean? I think it's probably cliff sides more than anything. And of course there is that island out to sea. I wonder what happens if you swim all the way out to sea on any of the other areas. Do you still get to the island, or do you have to be in the center? Let's go out to sea here. I was a little afraid to go out to sea because I thought something bad might happen, but now we're not really able to drown. Dusty is a very strong swimmer. Oh! Whoa! 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 What is this? I'm a little afraid to go out any further than this. There's lots of rocks. I think that's the edge of the map, isn't it? Probably. There's lots of rocks. I don't really want to try and go past them. Then there's the island. And more rocks. I think we better stay back from those. I don't really want to risk getting into any danger with them. And then we can swim out this way. Or do the rocks come around here as well, or are we able to venture further off the map here? We might be able to... Wow, the sea really goes for a long ways. It really goes a ways. Is there... I want to be careful. Oh no, there we go. That's the end of it. We're going to swim back this way, so we got to be careful of the rocks because I don't know... Whoa, beach east. I don't know if they'd hurt us or not, so we want to be kind of cautious. Here we go. Here's the beach. I feel like Dusty would kind of not like the salt water so much and kind of just get out spraying and shake the water out of his fur and kind of splash it everywhere. I feel like he's the sort who would not be conscientious of other cats nearby and would kind of just shake himself off and say, "Aw, Dusty, you got us all wet." And he'd end up drenching everybody standing near him without even meaning to. Although in this rain, that's not really an issue. Everybody's going to be all drenched already. So it's kind of nice to know what goes on out there. Whoa, are there cats here? Are there enemy cats? There are. Pouncer is here. And a lot of other cats, so we gotta be kind of careful. I think we won the battle, though. Dusty will definitely keep patrolling the area, but he's not gonna go as far out as usual. He's gonna do his best to avoid battles, and he did get a little bit of a scratch there. So I think we're gonna go ahead and make our way back home, though, because it is getting close to time to end off for the day. So the rocks probably aren't bad because we can smack into them there. I just don't really want to risk getting whacked into one out at sea because I feel like that can be really, really bad. So let's make our way back this way, and we'll prepare to end off the episode. So we're gonna wait till 5 p.m. to go to sleep because I think that's the earliest we can go to bed. And there is Scout waiting outside for us to come home. We'll wrap up. Is there anything we can do in here? We don't really have a very full inventory. I think we're alright. And of course the kittens are up here. I still can't get over the fact that we actually have kittens. I can't believe it, you guys. After so long. Oh my goodness, I still can't get over it. So I think we're going to go ahead and wrap up the episode here for today, though. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. But until then, this is Jay, over and out.